everyone. Welcome once again. Joining me, I'm the Night Sky Guy, Andrew Fizakis. Thanks so much for spending a few moments of your time with me. It's Friday evening, and I was really excited to join all of you. If you're first time here, maybe on Twitch, on YouTube, or Facebook, welcome. Again, I'm the Night Sky Guy. I've been a night sky watcher for decades, helping people all across the world getting acquainted with the night sky, with all the amazing things in the heavens above. I'm here every week to help guide you in finding some of the coolest things that you can see in the night sky, whether it be with the naked eye, maybe with a pair of binoculars, or maybe you have a telescope lying around somewhere at home. I'm here to help you in being able to navigate the heavens and finding some cool things. Now, this is just an impromptu little quick live stream that I thought I'd just put out there so that I can give you a quick heads up on an amazing event that's happening tonight across the world. And this is basically a close encounter between three worlds that are going to be visible tonight. So maybe wherever you're watching from tonight, right now, maybe if it's already dark where you are, this is something that you can see in the southern skies, where if you have clear skies, you can see the moon getting close up with two planets forming a beautiful triangular formation. And again, this is Friday on August 28th is when you'll be able to see this. And there's more coming up for the weekend as well. So let me show you quickly what I'm talking about. I've got my planetarium program here right where you can see it. And this is the setup basically for the sky tonight. After darkness falls, this is what you're going to be seeing. And this is what I wanted to really share with you guys very quickly to show you what I'm talking about. It's basically the moon, you can see here, with Jupiter and the planet Saturn. So these three objects that all three are within our solar system. So they're fairly nearby when it comes to celestial distances. These three are coming together and forming this beautiful cluster in the sky that'll be very eye-catching. So if it's dark where you are right now, you can head out right after this and see this. It'll be dominating the overnight skies or across the southern heavens. Basically, looking towards the south is what you want to do, and you'll see this beautiful waxing gibbous moon, which means that it is heading towards a full moon phase in just a few short days. And you can see that most of the moon's disk is illuminated in the sky. And what will be very cool is that very close to it is a bright star, a super bright star just above the moon. That, in fact, is Jupiter. Jupiter is, of course, the largest planet in the solar system. Over 1,300 Earths could fit easily inside of Jupiter. That's what you're seeing there. And over to the far left of the pair of Jupiter and the moon is another bright star, not quite as bright as Jupiter, but has this definite yellowish tinge to it. That is the planet Saturn, of course, made famous because of its rings. So these three objects are really quite stunning to the naked eye. And here we can see this on my planetarium program, just giving you a fairly good view of what you can anticipate in seeing when you go outside. Now, this is really cool to be able to see this, of course, but it gets even cooler if you have a pair of binoculars. And I'll tell you why. Because if you train those pair of binoculars onto Jupiter and you look at it closely, I'm going to show you here in a simulated view above the moon what I'm talking about. You can see a clustering of little dots around Jupiter. Now, here's a kind of a simulated view, and you'll see these little dots I'm pointing out here for you with my mouse. These are what are known as the Galilean moons. There's 4 large moons of Jupiter. Now, Jupiter has actually dozens of moons, but these 4 are clearly visible with just a pair of binoculars. If you hold them steady, now that's the key here. You have to hold your pair of binoculars steady. And, you can have all kinds of pair of binoculars. I've got one over here. you can take a look at. These ones, they're a little bit bigger than the average pair. They're not that heavy either, but and they're kind of rubber coated, easy to see things through. You've got a nice front lens here you can see through. These are basically 15 by 70, so which means I get 15 times more magnification than the human eye. 70 millimeter across lenses. The larger this front lens is, the more light it gets in, the brighter objects in the sky seem, and they're crisper, sharper views the larger these lenses. But the average pair is usually about 7 by 50, meaning 7 times magnification more than the human eye, and 50 millimeters across, which is just fine. In fact, any binocular you have at home probably will be able to give you pretty good views of Jupiter and its moon. So this is basically what this view is, getting back here. And these 4 moons were first seen by Galileo in 1609. 4 centuries ago is when these moons were first spotted. And of course, if you have a telescope, the views get even better. So if you have some little telescope lying around in the closet, get it out. Tonight's a great night to get acquainted with Jupiter. If you've never seen it, you'll be able to see the cloud bands on Jupiter. These are simulating here some of those cloud bands that you can see. These 2 main belts are very evident even in a small telescope under high magnification. If you bump up that magnification, just boost it up using your eyepieces, you can get a view like this. And of course, these moons beside it are incredible to see as well. So do check that out. Again, thanks everybody for joining me. I'm Andrew Fazekas, the Night Sky Guy, here to tell you a little bit about this amazing view that you can get of this planet, basically the largest planet in the solar system, that is up for grabs tonight so easily thanks to the moon. So I just want to give you guys a heads up on that. Definitely the moon is pairing up with Jupiter, making for an amazing sight. And then just off to the left, you can see Saturn. Saturn is, again, an amazing planet. It particularly gets really good views with a small telescope. So if you have a small telescope, never seen Saturn before, oh my God, you got to see Saturn. It is like so cool. And I'll show you, this is a simulated view of what you'll see in a small telescope. Now, a binocular won't show you all the details. And what the coolest, of course, aspect of Saturn, as everyone knows, right, is of course those wonderful rings. So check this out. This is basically what you'll see through a small telescope, and under high magnification, you'll see those famous rings of Saturn. Saturn holds court to dozens of moons as well, and you can see a few of them as you see in this kind of simulation. Some of the larger moons like Titan you may have heard of. NASA has sent missions like Cassini. Voyager has gone past, flown past the planet and the moons. And you can actually see these through a small backyard telescope. Tonight, this is something you can see. So Saturn with its rings beautifully shown off through any small little telescope that you may have laying around. And it's so easy to find. Tonight is a great night to find. Friday night, August 28th, you have the moon, Jupiter, and Saturn forming this really tight, amazing, eye-catching pair in the sky, all happening in the south. Now, you'll see this brilliant band right here on the right side of the screen. You'll see that band. That band of light is, of course, the Milky Way galaxy. It's the arch of the Milky Way and the downtown core of the Milky Way galaxy. Our home galaxy, you can think of it as an island of stars of over 400 to 500 billion stars. Our sun is just one of them. And you're actually seeing that core, basically the light from the millions of stars all crunched together at the core of our galaxy, this spiral-shaped collection of stars. And that's what you're seeing off to the right of this clustering of worlds. Of course, the moon will drown out a lot of the Milky Way band light because it's so close. But once the moon moves away in the next few days, you'll be left with an amazing sight of the Milky Way galaxy. So that's something to see. Now, if we jump forward to Saturday night, August 29th, check this out. So we're going to have the moon pop over to the other side of Saturn. So here again, we get this beautiful clustering, but in a different shape. It's a different configuration of these three objects. So you'll have the moon, Saturn, and then Jupiter, again, all together, but the moon has now moved to the other side of Saturn. And it's just an amazing sight, something that's really cool, worth looking at. As you can see, this is something just for the naked eye, simple to see. You don't need a telescope. You don't need binoculars. It's something easy to do. Astronomy can be done wherever you are. So if wherever you're watching tonight, as long as you've got clear skies, Friday night, Saturday night, you can see the moon. Just fantastic. And of course, if we want to move it a little bit further, we can go on to Sunday night as well. Check this out. So for Sunday night, the moon will have moved into the constellation Capricornus, right? Capricornus, it was in Sagittarius, where Saturn and Jupiter are huddling together. That's that other constellation. But by Sunday, we'll have the moon, again, closing in on that full moon phase, will be a little bit farther away, kind of moving, stretching that distance between the planets and the moon. Now, remember, when you're looking at the moon is about 400,000 kilometers away from Earth, right? 400,000 kilometers from Earth. That means that the reflected light off the surface of the moon, bouncing off the surface of the moon onto your eye, takes just over a second for that to happen. It's amazing to think. These are the things it's just stepping out, looking through your window perhaps, or your backyard. Even if you're in the city or in the countryside, doesn't matter. You can see this. And just to think that it takes light just over a second to reach your eye from the moon, while from Jupiter, it takes a better part of a half hour, almost 40 minutes for the light to reach your eye. And from Saturn, it takes well over an hour, over 75 minutes for the light to reach your eye. That's because Saturn lies over 1.2 billion kilometers from Earth. So it takes over an hour for light, which travels at 300,000 kilometers per second. Remember that. It takes that long for the light to reach your eye. So check that out. These are amazing things, being able to see this. Again, this is Sunday night. This is how these guys are going to be. And then this is Saturday night, right? And then tonight is what's in store for you. So don't miss it. Beautiful clustering of the moon, Jupiter, and Saturn. I'd love to hear from you. Leave some comments. I'll be looking through that. I'm going to be heading outside as well, checking this out. I love to hear your comments. Don't forget to subscribe and follow my channels, whether you're on Twitch, on Facebook, or YouTube. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll be back here on Monday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 1700 Universal Time. And I'll be talking of what you can expect to see in the night sky for the coming week. So you'll be all set with your sky watching and night sky views. Just stick with me, the Night Sky Guy, and I've got you covered for the whole week. So I hope that's cool. Watch for Jupiter, Saturn, and the moon. They make for an amazing sight, something that's a lot of fun to look at. It's something that is easy to do for families. That you don't have to have any experience with the night sky to enjoy not just the moon, but finding the two largest planets in the solar system all huddled together. And it's amazing to know what you're watching and how amazing the universe is. So check it out. That's tonight. Again, I'm the Night Sky Guy, Andrew Fizakis. I hope you're staying healthy and safe wherever you are. And I want to thank you so much for spending a few moments of your time. Make sure you follow and subscribe to my channels. I'll see you next time on the next video. Until then, clear skies. Bye-bye, guys.